beginning, lost in the void. The first time I saw her, I was drifting between the debris of a shattered moon colony. My shuttle had been caught in a sudden gravitational storm near the edge of the Lythara Expanse, tearing through navigation systems and leaving me powerless. I had almost given up hope when a distant light appeared in the darkness, a ship unlike any I had ever seen. It descended like a silver comet, its hull glowing faintly in colors that shifted with the ambient stars. And then, the alien woman appeared. Not physically at first, but through her voice, carried into my damaged comm system. "You're still alive," she said, calm yet urgent, as if the universe itself had instructed her to speak. I blinked. Who are you?" I croaked. Her laugh was soft, melodic, tinged with relief. "I am Lythara, and I have been searching for you." Her words sent a shiver through me. Searching? How could someone possibly have been searching for me in this vast, unforgiving corner of the galaxy? Moments later, her ship extended an energy tether toward my shuttle. I grabbed it with trembling hands, and with a force I could barely comprehend, she pulled me aboard. Her ship's interior was breathtaking, an alien architecture of flowing lines, translucent panels, and pulsating light. It felt alive, as if the ship itself were aware of every movement, every sound. The reunion. She approached me then, her tall, elegant form illuminated by the soft glow of the ship. Her skin shifted between shades of violet and silver, catching the light in ways that made her seem almost ethereal. Her eyes, deep pools of black with glimmers of emerald, fixed on me, wide with a mixture of relief, disbelief, and joy. "I thought I would never find you again," she whispered, and before I could respond, she wrapped me in her arms. Her touch was gentle, yet it carried the weight of countless light years of searching. I was frozen, overwhelmed by the sheer intensity of her emotion. You've been looking for me?" I stammered. She pulled back slightly, just enough for me to see her face. "Since the day you disappeared. Since the day I lost you, I have never stopped. I traced every path, scanned every signal, and followed every rumor of a human in this sector. And now," her voice broke slightly, "now I have found you. For the first time in what felt like a lifetime, I felt safe. Not because the universe had changed, but because she had never given up. Middle, trust, and understanding." Days passed in the alien ship as she explained her mission. Lythara was not just any traveler. She was a scout for her people, the Lythara, tasked with monitoring and protecting certain sectors of the galaxy. Years ago, our paths had crossed in a minor skirmish near a contested asteroid field. I had been captured briefly by her species, only to be released under unusual circumstances. She had been there then too, and something about me, my determination, my resilience, had stuck with her. "I couldn't let you vanish without knowing if you survived," she admitted, her hands hovering over the control panels. "I promised myself I would find you, no matter how long it took." Her dedication was both inspiring and intimidating. I realized that her entire species must have trained her in patience, strategy, and endurance. And yet, despite her formidable skills, her eyes softened whenever she looked at me. Over the next cycles, she began teaching me the subtleties of her technology. At first, I struggled to comprehend the ship's systems. Energy conduits responded to thought, navigation shifted with gestures, and the ship itself seemed aware of its surroundings. But Lythara was patient. She guided me, not just instructing, but allowing me to explore, fail, and learn. "Trust is as important as skill," she said. "The ship listens to me because I respect it. You must learn the same." I practiced daily, learning to operate sections of the ship, communicate with alien systems, and even pilot smaller vessels under her supervision. Each success built confidence for me and, strangely, for her. Unexpected danger. It was during a routine patrol near the Volari Nebula that the first real test occurred. Sensors picked up a fleet of rogue raiders known for preying on Lythara scouts. Lythara's expression darkened. Her concern for me was immediate. "They will not hesitate," she said grimly. "You must stay with me and follow my lead. Can I count on you?" I nodded, heart pounding. "I trust you. Let's do this." The battle was chaotic. Energy beams tore through the nebula, twisting light in violent arcs. Lythara maneuvered the ship with a grace that seemed impossible, her movements precise and fluid. I assisted where I could, managing auxiliary systems, reinforcing shields, and providing tactical support. At one critical moment, an enemy vessel attempted to flank us. Lythara froze for just an instant, a flicker of fear, but I saw the momentary vulnerability and acted, redirecting energy to block their assault. She glanced at me, surprise flickering across her features. "You," she whispered, eyes wide. "You've learned more than I expected." The encounter ended with the raiders retreating, unable to breach our defenses. Lythara exhaled deeply, relief washing over her. For the first time, I realized she had feared for me. Not the ship, not herself, but for me. Building a connection. In the quiet days after the skirmish, our bond deepened. She shared stories of her people, the Lythara, of their culture, their wars, their code of honor. I shared my own experiences, my human perspective on exploration, survival, and what it meant to trust in the unknown. She laughed at my attempts to mimic her language, and I laughed at her astonishment at human idioms. It was in these small, shared moments that trust solidified. The alien woman who had once feared my very presence now seemed to consider me an equal, a partner in navigating the cosmos. One evening, as we drifted near a quiet system of twin suns, she turned to me. "I feared humans would bring destruction wherever they went. And yet you have brought me hope." I smiled, touched by her words. Perhaps hope can come from unexpected places. Her eyes softened. "Yes, from those we least expect." Climax. The search completed. Our journey led us to the uncharted sector where rumors of missing human explorers had persisted for cycles. Reports of abandoned colonies, wrecked ships, and strange signals had drawn Lythara here, but now we approached the epicenter. The ship's sensors picked up a derelict station, long abandoned yet still emitting faint energy signatures. Lythara's expression was tense, her hands steady over the controls. "If you are truly the one I have been searching for, the answers will be here." We docked carefully, moving through corridors of rusted metal and flickering lights. Memories of past failures haunted the station, but we pressed on. And then, in the main chamber, the source of the energy signature came into view, a hidden pod containing a recording from years ago. It detailed my last mission before disappearing into the Lythara Expanse. Lythara watched, her eyes glimmering with tears, as I reviewed the recordings. All this time, all these cycles. "I feared I would never find you," she whispered. "You found me," I said simply, placing a hand near hers. "And that's what matters." Her relief was palpable. The terror she had felt at encountering humans transformed completely. Fear gave way to understanding, to partnership, to the knowledge that even across species and light years, bonds could endure. Resolution, a new journey together. With the mystery of my disappearance resolved, Lythara and I returned to her ship. The galaxy lay open before us, vast and uncharted, yet no longer frightening. Together, we could explore, protect, and navigate the challenges ahead. "You never stop searching," I said finally. Her gaze softened. "Never." And now that I have found you, I will not let you go again." In that moment, I understood the true depth of her devotion, not just to me, but to the principles she held dear: loyalty, perseverance, and hope. She had crossed light years of space, confronted countless dangers, and faced her own fears, all for the sake of one human she refused to lose. As we set course for a distant system, the stars stretched endlessly ahead. Together, human and alien, we sailed into the unknown, bound by trust, respect, and a connection that transcended species. The alien woman who had once trembled at the sight of a human now stood beside me as an ally, a friend, and perhaps, in time, something more. And I knew that no matter the vastness of space, some bonds, once forged, could never be broken.